So good morning and welcome to all of you. I know a lot of you are from other places. Is anybody in Madison for the first time? Oh, that's great. We're going to deliver that good weather later today, the rumor has it. But well, welcome to Madison and welcome to this kind of extraordinary event. I have spent the last couple of years trying to get a better understanding of what screen dance is. Doug has been my tutor. And there's some interest here in opening up an MFA program in screen dance. And so as we're starting to think about that, it's obviously important for all of us to get a better understanding of what it is. And one of the things that I've been really impressed by is the way in which screen dance is so interdisciplinary. And that really speaks to me as a dean of a school of education that is extraordinarily diverse in a number of ways. So most schools of education, as you probably know, focus on education. This school of education has the art department, the dance department, the theater and drama department, and a number of health departments and a number of education departments. It's literally the only school of education in the world that has this particular compilation of departments. And when I came in as dean, I was really happy about that. As a matter of fact, I was making a decision about whether to come here to UW-Madison, where I had been a professor for a long time, or whether to go to a more traditional education school that just had education departments. And it was the arts that drew me here for a couple of reasons. One, I was a dance major way back in the day. And yesterday I was in Pilates class and my Pilates instructor said, you know, you could still tell you had some dance training a million years ago, which I took as a great compliment. And also I have come from a family of artists. And so to be able to work with the theater department and the art department and the dance department has been a real treat. And it's also nice to see these convenings where people come in from literally all over the world to work together. And I know now that we've got a lot of people on Zoom with us as well, so we've got an even bigger group of people to work with, and I think that's a great thing as well. I looked at the agenda for the conference and it just looks so interesting to me and so varied in so many ways. I really wish I could spend the whole time going to all the sessions, but unfortunately part of being a dean means you don't get to do that. You get to come in and welcome people to really cool stuff, and then you have to leave. But I know it's been going really well, and I know it will continue to go really well. And I really want to thank both the dance department here and the art department, and in particular I want to thank Doug for doing all the work to organize this. And also the support of the Division of the Arts as well. So the Division of the Arts is an entity that we have on campus that tries to kind of bring together all of the arts departments that are across 3 schools and colleges. So we have 9 different departments that focus in some way on the arts. But I'm proud to say that the biggest of those departments and the departments that I think are growing the fastest are those in the School of Education. I want to talk for just a minute about the art department in particular. The art department is a very large department. It is very, very fast growing, which those of you who are on university campuses know that is not happening in all places. And I think one reason for that is that in about 2008 and 2009, when it looked very unfortunately like the number of undergrads who wanted to major in art was going down somewhat because of the economy, Doug and his colleagues in the art department very creatively came up with a way of having students get certificates in art. So they would take 3 to 5 courses, and that has become just wildly popular. So what that means is that we've got a lot of students across the university who are getting some serious concentrated education in the art department. We also have a wonderful MFA program in the art department, and just 2 years ago, again under Doug's leadership, we were able to offer full funding for MFA students, and that was really important to me. One of the things that I worried about is that as we started working really in a concentrated way on offering full funding for PhD students, we have a lot of PhD programs across the School of Education. It seemed to me that it was possible that the MFA program was going to be left behind, and that just wouldn't be fair. It's not okay to say we're going to offer full funding to PhD students and not do that for MFA students. So I'm really proud to say that starting 2 years ago, every student who comes into our MFA program is guaranteed full funding. Now, of course, full funding when you're a graduate student is enough to live on for sure. It's certainly not enough to make you rich, but one of the things that we've noticed is that as we kicked in full funding, the stress of the students has really gone down. I think it was just really hard for people to worry, you know, every semester about, am I going to have an assistantship, or am I going to have some other job on campus? And I think that we really worked hard to make that go away, and I'm really proud of that. And so now when we look at the dance department, which is the oldest dance department in the United States. Now I know some of you have heard from Teachers College that they're wrong, although they do have a fabulous dance department, and one that we actually do quite a bit of work with. But this is the oldest dance department in the United States. We're really proud of it. And it also is a dance department that is growing. I was just looking at our course numbers for this spring compared to a couple years ago, and they were way up, and I was really thrilled by that. And one of the things that I realized is that there are, again, like in art, a lot of students who are not dance majors, but are coming in, taking several classes in the dance department. And I think if we think about arts generally, obviously it's important to have students who specialize in the arts, who are undergraduates, majoring in the arts, MFA students, etc. But it's really important to make sure that all students across this huge campus, and we've got over 40,000 students, we'll have 8,000 freshmen coming in the fall. We want all of those students to have some significant opportunity in the arts, and I think that is a huge part of our mission, and that's one of the reasons why I think it's so much fun as dean to have arts departments in the School of Education. So I want to thank you for being here. I hope that you have a great couple of days. I understand that yesterday really started off very, very strong. I hope you have some time to look around in Madison. Just a couple of blocks away is the Chazen Art Museum. If you haven't had an opportunity to walk over there and you have time today during a break or lunch, literally it would take you 5 minutes to get there. It's an extraordinary art museum, and one that we're really proud of. But there's a lot of things within walking distance of here that are really worth seeing. If the weather cooperates, which I think it's going to, you know, we're only a couple blocks from the lake, and this is a city of lakes, and I think that's one of the things that makes it so special about living here. Thank you for coming. I hope you have a wonderful time, and congratulations on being part of a field that didn't even exist a couple decades ago, but now is rich and is growing and is truly international. So thank you so much for all the work you do.